This presentation is on Muslims in Bible prophecy. We will be covering the three woes in Revelation 9, the fifth, sixth, and seventh trumpets, also called plagues. Revelation 9:16, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. John sees all the Moslem warriors of all the Moslem conquests. And thus I saw the horses in vision. The Moslems used the Arabian horse, since it was swift and enduring, and them that sat upon them having breastplates of fire and jacinth and brimstone. The colors the Moslems wore, red, blue, and yellow. Revelation 9:17, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, portraying strength, courage, and fierceness. And out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. The Moslem warriors discharged their firearms on horseback with guns. They also invented the cannon. The cannon was actually used to blow holes in Constantinople when they took it over. Revelation 9:18, and by these three was a third part of men killed, by the fire, by the smoke, and by the brimstone, which issued out of their mouths. 1/3 of the Christian empire was affected, that being the Greek section, the capital city of Constantinople in Turkey, today known as Istanbul. Revelation 9:19, for their power was in their tails. The Arabian horse tails were a sign of power, for their tails were like unto serpents, and their heads, and with them they do hurt. The warriors, the Moslem warriors, would fire their guns off both the heads of the horses, and they could flip around on their horses and fire their guns from the tail of their horses. Revelation 9, verse 20, and the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and of wood, which neither can see nor hear nor walk. Verse 21, neither repented they of their murders, nor of their sorcerers, nor of their fornication, nor of their thefts. Revelation 11:14, now the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe comes quickly. August 11, 1840 ends the second Moslem plague. The third Moslem plague was to come quickly. But first, the little book of Daniel must be unsealed and taught to the world in Revelation 10. The second Moslem plague now ends, August 11, 1840. Now the book of Daniel is opened, Revelation 10:1. And I saw another mighty angel come down from heaven, clothed with a cloud, and a rainbow upon his head, and his face was as it were a sun, and his feet were pillars of fire. Revelation 10:5. And the angel which I saw stands upon the sea, and upon the earth, lifted up his hand to heaven, and swore by him that lives forever and ever, who created the heaven, and the things that are therein are. Revelation 10:6 continued, and the sea and the things which are therein, that there should be time no longer. The longest prophetic time in Scriptures reaches to October 22, 1844. We've been speaking of the first and the second woes with prophetic time. The angel here is saying that he is not going to give any more prophetic time periods. See the study on Daniel 8 and 9 in regards to the time prophecy of October 22, 1844, which is in another study. The little book in the angel's hand in Revelation 10. Revelation 10:2, and he had a little book opened. The little book that was closed or sealed was Daniel. Revelation 10:8. And the voice I heard from heaven spake unto me again, and said, Go and take the little book, which is in the angel's hand, which standeth upon the sea and upon the earth. Revelation 10:10. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up. And it was in my mouth sweet as honey, and as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter. Revelation 10:11. And he said unto me, Thou must prophesy again before many peoples, and nations, and tongues, and kings. After the book of Daniel was opened, they were instructed to continue to teach the unsealed book of Daniel to the world. The book of Daniel is unsealed and taught to the world. Revelation 14:6. And I saw another angel flying in heaven, having the everlasting gospel, to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people, saying with a loud voice, Fear God and give glory, for the hour of his judgment is come. You can find this cross-reference regarding to the judgment in Daniel 8:14. And worship him that made the heavens, the earth, the sea, and the fountains of waters. Since 1844 this message has been given, the hour of his judgment is come. Revelation 10:7. But in the days of the voice of the seventh angel, when he begins to sound, the mystery of God should be finished, as he has declared to his servants the prophets. Revelation 11:14. The second woe is past. August 11, 1840 ends the second woe, or second Moslem plague. And behold, the third woe, Moslem plague, comes quickly. Revelation 11:15. And the seventh angel sounded, and there were great voices in heaven, saying, The kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Lord and his Christ, and he shall reign forever and ever. The third woe, called the seventh trumpet, or the third Moslem plague. Revelation 11:18. And the nations were angry. This is referring to the little time of trouble, or the loud cry that we read about in Revelation 18:2-4. At that time it is given. 2. And thy wrath is come. This refers to the 7 last plagues. And 3. In the time of the dead that they should be judged. This refers to the 1,000 years of judgment of the wicked, when God's people will reign as kings and priests and determine the punishment of the wicked according to their works. Revelation 11:18. And thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, small and great, and shouldest destroy them that destroy the earth. Revelation 11:19. And the temple of God was opened in heaven, and there was seen in his temple the ark of the testament, that is the 10 Commandments. And there was lightnings and voices, thunderings, and earthquake, and great hail. God here shows the world the 10 Commandments the world has rejected.